In Jordan, being a female is a curse word. For example, if a man tells another man, your sister or your mother, this is like the biggest curse word you can say. So as females, we're not even human anymore. We're like the worst thing possible. We're offensive now to other males, to the extent that we are now a curse word, which is something really annoying and hurtful for females.
In Jordan, 80% of women are unemployed. Most Jordanians are turning a blind eye to the actual cause of this issue. Since a young age, boys are taught to think they are superior to girls, and girls learn to be silent and to accept this status quo. I have interviewed some Jordanian females to ask them what are the sources of these issues.
Basically, you can't put rules on what women can do and can't do in Jordan. It really depends on their family, on their environment. But women are always controlled. Whether you live in Amman, whether you live in the governance, everywhere, women are controlled. And they are controlled by their family. What they can and what they can't do is always controlled by their family. Even if you see women in the street and you think like, oh, she's really free, she lives in Amman, she can do whatever she wants. No. Women are always controlled. Everything a man can do, a woman can't do. A woman can't stay out late. A woman can't go out walking in the street alone without being harassed. A woman can't work in an industry without being undermined, without being harassed, without having to deal with sexual harassment in the office. Everything a man can do, a woman can do in Jordan, but she will do with a certain set of difficulties that she will face along the way.
95% of women in Jordan have faced harassments. Most women in Jordan, they don't feel secure going out alone.
Safety, I feel for every woman in Jordan, for the way that males treat them, especially the males in their families, their fathers, their brothers, everything. The way they treat them when it comes to, like, if they catch them going out or whatsoever, even if it's something like that's so silly, like a woman can lose her life because of that. A woman can be banned from going to her job or forbidden.
Do you mean honor killing?
Career.
Honor killing?
Yeah.
Honor killing?
Yes, honor killing. She can be forbidden to even have a career because they are afraid that she will interact with her male colleagues or whatsoever. 80% of women in Jordan are unemployed. In your opinion, why is that the case in Jordan?
80%.
This can be contributed to a lot of reasons. A, they think that it's an honor that a woman can like have her graduate degree, her bachelor's degree, and she will not study. Like, this is an honor. Like, someone will pay for you for everything. Like, no, this is not an honor. Like, financial freedom is very important, and they don't think about that. Like, I have to be financially free. They don't think about that. That's A. B, they're afraid that women will be included in an industry where she will have to deal with males on every day, like on a daily basis. She will get married maybe, and her husband will be like, oh no, I can provide, you don't have to work. This sick mentality, we have it in Jordan. And it's,
people would judge her if she left her kids alone with a nanny or at the nursery.
Like, think about last year, okay? Last year they closed all of the nurseries and they didn't even think about like the women who have to work from home. Like, women had to work from home. At the same time, they closed all the nurseries and they expected women to just take care of their children and at the same time have full-time jobs. Like, this is like having two jobs simultaneously. Like, they have to take care of their children and they have to do their job online. Like, they don't think about women, even in the laws they make.
بحس في يمكن مليون issue that males can do, females can't do. But the first thing that comes to mind is being comfortable in the streets at night specifically. أو إنه بنت تعمل إشي لحالها وتكون مثلا بالسيارة لحالها or whatever at night, you instantly feel uncomfortable, which I assume is something that males عن جد ما بحسوه. Other than that, إنه in general يعني the way you're treated بأماكن زي if you go swimming that's كل هدول الأشياء إنه بتحس إنه كثير في أشياء males do they never feel uncomfortable doing. Females يعني as simple as swimming بتحس إنه حدا عم طلع عليك أو حدا يجي يحكي معك أو حدا make you feel uncomfortable أو لو كنت لحالك هدول الأماكن إنه يعني إنه إشي كتير مفروض يكون مسلي بصفي إشي إنه you feel uncomfortable doing and therefore بتصير تقدر تعمله لحالك أنت. وبحس بيأثر عن جد على feeling independent إنه we want to be independent, do things on our own. بعدين إنه you just feel uncomfortable.
The laws in Jordan are usually on the side of males in many aspects.
Generally, if a woman divorces a man in Jordan, she basically gives up all her entitlements and rights and anything that she could gain if it was the opposite way around, if a man divorced a woman. So where a man divorces a woman, they share his assets and both their assets and everything they own, half and half, 50-50. So everything in both of their bank accounts, everything like the house, any assets they have, they share half and half. Whereas if the woman divorces the man, she basically gets nothing of his. So the 50-50 rule does not apply. So, which I think is unfair because, especially outside the bubble that we live in, a lot of the time the man does not want to divorce the woman because of the hassle or because they think it's not culturally accepted. Sure. So like, especially if she doesn't work or if she is sat at home with the kids, etc., which could be a lot of effort and time, or she could have given up her education because of the man, she ends up getting nothing. Or she feels like she can't get a divorce because she's going to lose everything.
Most men in Jordan consider themselves the guardians of women. There is no consideration of what women want.
A lot of the time, for example, if a man is with his girlfriend or if a brother is with his sister and another man, a random man, speaks to the woman or says something that's a bit disrespectful or something, looks at her a wrong way, the man thinks it's his place to jump in and react whichever way he wants to react, either fight with the other man or swear at them or just like try to defend the woman as though she doesn't know what to do in a situation like that. And I think that stems from their own honor. They think it's a disgrace to them and their own family or their presence for another man to speak to their woman. Whereas I believe that if I could say something to men, it would be that they need to ask the woman how she prefers to deal with the situation, and if she for any reason doesn't know what to do and would like their help, then they should step in. Otherwise, she knows what to do. If someone spoke to me a wrong way and I didn't want to say anything back, it's because I either don't care or I don't think I want to put the effort in. So when someone else jumps in and tries to solve the situation, it annoys me even more and it makes me even more angry on the inside. So I think rather than putting themselves first and thinking about their own honoring how it's disrespectful to them, they should put the woman first and think about her feelings and how she'd like to deal in a situation like that.
65% of the students at the Jordanian universities are females, but most of them aren't studying because they are looking for a challenging career. Unfortunately, women in Jordan end up thinking their ultimate goals and value to find a husband and to have a kids. In Jordan, if a woman wants to be respected or to have a value in such a society, she has to be married and have kids. The only respected role of a woman in Jordan is a mother.
One thing I find annoying between females and males is how we're raised. For example, when you're born a female, the end goal is always to find a husband. Whereas for men, they don't think about this. They think like, okay, I'm gonna travel the world and make friends and get a good job. But for females, we're always like, oh my god, I need to get married before I can stop having children, all that stuff. So in the end, we're raised like cattle, basically, where the end goal is get married, have children, and that annoys me so much.
So in the end, we are wondering, what message do Jordanian females have for the Jordanian males in Jordan?
Okay. A message I want to say to Jordanian guys is, for example, whenever something bad happens to women, it's always like, would you do this to your sister? Would you do this to your mom? Would you do this to your daughter? So we're always compared in relation to family, but we're also human beings. So you shouldn't compare us in relation to your sister, your wife, whatever, because at the end of the day you're equal. You shouldn't put us in that bubble of your sister, your wife, your mom, whatever. So that's something I want to say, that please look at women as human beings and not in relation to men.
A message you want to say to the Jordanian guys: try harder.